Hello, this is Seewing Yee from the Yee Real Estate Network. Thank you for attending this presentation. And this is another episode of the government VA foreclosure program that I've been talking to you about. All right, before I go over the specific details, I'd like to share with you that due to my background, which I don't need to elaborate anymore, is just read the newsletter. So I have this unique understanding of this particular government foreclosure program. And so what I'm trying to say is I have access because of my research capability and past background by being in the military and running my real estate network with out-of-state turnkey properties, helping my real estate investors to buy properties in all over the country. And the fact that I lived and worked in many areas of the country and in the world with my 20 years of U.S. Army service, and of course, of my vast experience buying investment property for my personal portfolio and helping hundreds and hundreds of real estate investors achieve their financial freedom goals. So based on that, this VA foreclosure program is there are VA foreclosures in all 50 states. And however, of course, I'm not going to present them. I'm just going to present the properties that which I feel have the best returns on the investment, the best cash flow, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? So if you want to be part of my program, you read my newsletter. Once again, at the bottom of the newsletter, I do require the serious investors to have a complimentary phone consultation with me. And at the end of this short phone consultation, if I deem that you qualify, not just financially, but emotionally, psychologically, spiritually, whatever, to enter my program, then I'm going to ask you to pay me a one-time, well, not one-time fee, one fee per property, depending on the situation, for $1,997, non-refundable, because this will offset the lack of commission from the buyer's agent of out-of-state VA foreclosure properties. All right, so my time is very, very valuable. I don't have enough time because I spend a lot of my time traveling every month to big vacations. But and also run my real estate network, as you know, right? So how busy I am. So my time is very limited, very valuable, and I charge around $500 per hour. That's the equivalent of my value now, even higher than the value of a real good attorney or a CPA or any kind of financial advisor out there. So don't mean to boast my background, and I don't want to sound arrogant and confident and whatever, but I provide value. I help people above beyond their financial capacity with my guidance and coaching and mentorship. So without further ado, this property is just gonna blow your mind. All right, this is a VF. Oh, sorry. That's why you need to sign up for my program, so I can put you on my wait list, so we can pull the trigger quickly. Pull the trigger quickly because this property is gone. Especially in a good area, this government Department of Veteran Affairs property had 20 offers, and there were several all cash offers. So even though you qualify for VINDI financing as a real estate investor, veterans home loan, 5% down for investors, uh, have you been quickly enough? Have you signed up for my program early enough? This kind of deals you could obtain. So it's too late for this one, but I'm gonna show an example. And this is sort of an exaggeration. This is a very unique property. Not all property will be like this awesome, but from time to time, maybe once a week, maybe twice a week, if you're on my fee-based program, you will have an opportunity for something similar to this. Maybe not exact, because this is a very unique. I'll show you why this property is very unique. Okay, this is a townhome. Again, it's already sold. This is how quickly this kind of great government foreclosures or government VA programs and houses get sold. Believe me, I have many locations, right? I can not easily, find government VA foreclosures in Central Florida, in Central Texas, and North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, Virginia, as in this case, and a few other places, right? So in the Midwest also, right? I mean, you know what I mean by Midwest: Ohio, Indiana, Michigan, all those properties, very good cash flow. I will find the right one. There's a lot of one. There are many foreclosures that I will reject, and I will pick the best one out there. So there are not that many properties out there. They come and go. So if you are sign up for my program in advance, pay my fee, then I'll put you on a priority wait list, and then we work very, very close together on a real-time basis to help you execute the action plan so you can walk away very, very happy upon closing and beyond to achieve your financial future quickly, easily, efficiently, and achieving massive passive income. Okay, so $75,000, 500, three-bedroom, three-bath, 1,300 square foot is a townhouse. All right, so if you look at so this is Zillow, okay? I mean, this kind of property we're showing is on the multiple listing service. So you're competing against other investors and other potential owner-occupied buyers from the local area. All right, so a lot of competition. So you gotta be proactive and pull the trigger. So look at the internal property. I mean, on this is such a nice house, townhouse. Look at almost all clean. Very little work needs to be done. Any kind of cosmetic work will come out of your pocket as a buyer. Okay, so that's above and beyond the minimal 5% down for Vendy financing real estate investor that you are. Okay, so this is the kitchen. Very nice, very new home. I think it built 1989. Just well, very beautiful. Very, very little, if any, cosmetic rehab. This is the living room. Nice carpet. Even the carpet may not even need to be cleaned. Very spacious, 1,300 square foot, located in very, very desirable area, downtown Hampton. Close to a college campus, close to many great companies, and also located very, very close to the largest naval base in the world, Norfolk, Virginia, and then Newport News, the naval shipbuilding facility, also not too far away, and also a lot of military people, active duty and retirees, such as myself, they're located in this area. Not myself, I don't live here in Virginia, I live in California. All right, so let's see all this living room, three-bedroom, three-bath. And this is amazing for a townhouse in this area. Very desirable. A lot of, it's just a very, very high rent relative to the purchase price. And I'll show you the cash flow momentarily, okay? See, this is kind of property. Well, it does not matter where you buy. I mean, I picked a property that have very minimal rehab, anywhere from 5 to 10 grand dollar rehab cost will come out of your pocket as a buyer. Okay, so that's the way it is. You're dealing with the multiple listing service, competing against everybody. So clearly, great, great everywhere. All the rooms are clean, very nice, very great location. Okay, that's it. That's what I need to show you. Okay. And then let me see what else. The school rating, pretty decent, right? 5 out of 10. Elementary school, 4 out of 10. Middle school, 4 out of 10. High school, so that's okay. This property is below market value. Just so you know, a lot of these government VA foreclosures are maybe on the average about 10% below market value. So that's all I have to say. You look in Zillow, you'll see the similar property is 10, 15, 20 grand higher than this property. Maybe the government factored in the rehab costs you have to pay above and beyond the down payment, so they lower the price accordingly. Okay, so and finally, just let's go over the cash flow analysis. This is going to blow your mind. Once again, this is not the rule. This is an exception. Most of the government via foreclosures I'm going to have you purchase are not as attractive as this one, but I want to show you this one that you're missing the opportunity by not being proactive and work with me. For by the way, you need at least 2 years of rental property ownership. Okay, you got to be a sort of a experienced investors who have owned rental property for more than 2 years. Okay, so this is not for beginners. Okay, this for relatively more experienced investors. 2 years of ownership. of a rental property. All right, so let me show the pro forma, my cash flow analysis of this property. Let's and then we can exit. So purchase price, it could be probably more. This particular property received 20 offers. Several of them are all cash, so it is what it is. So it'll be probably more than 79,000. It could be 85,000 or even $90,000 when it's you put 5% down payment. So the initial down payment is a little bit more than 10 grand. This is mind-boggling. Okay, just hear me out. These numbers are real. Okay, I already consulted with the realtors, and hold on. Let me backtrack. Okay, another resource I use is rentometer.com. Rentometer.com. I type in the address and the number of bedroom, and I click analyze the address. Oh, by the way, there's a monthly subscription fee, by the way. All right, so I use this. So it pop up the average monthly rent of around $1,500 based on 25 similar homes in the area, 3-bedroom, as in this case, within the past year and within a 1 mile radius. So this is a very fairly accurate data. You know, you have a whole bunch of homes and townhomes and single family homes bunch in this 1 mile radius. This square footage, the 3-bedroom renting for an average of $1,522. So, pretty shocking, right? So this is a very good resource, rentometer.com. I use this every single time. All right, so let's get back to my cash flow analysis. Then I will let you go after this. So the rent, I even projected rent is lower than $1,500. I put down $1,400 rent. Okay, minus 5% vacancy. And the taxes are very low, monthly $67, annual $804, which is 1% of the purchase price. Insurance very low, $28 per month, $336 per year. Property management fee, 10% of the rent, so annual fees here, and then 5% vacancy as well, 5% maintenance from rent as well. So I try to be as accurate as possible on the numbers. At the end of the day, the rent to value ratio is a whopping 1.8%. As you know, 1% is the benchmark for rent to value ratio. The purchase price multiplied by 1% is the ideal world for cash flow properties, regardless of down payment. Capitalization rate is 15.6%, which is pretty amazing, right? Cash on cash return 70%. You know how to figure that out? You should know, right? I give you quite a few videos on how to calculate this. 72%, because your down payment 10 grand plus your estimated cost of you have to pay fix-up costs. I'm just estimating another 3 grand, which is maybe 15 grand. So 15 grand, your down payment, your monthly cash flow with 5% down is $660, which is amazing. Okay, so net cash flow after all deducting your mortgage, your 5% down mortgage on a vendor financing VA loan, which is only 4.25%, by the way, lower than regular loans interest rate. So even a 5% down with the mortgage you have to pay, right? In this case, $370, and then all the other related monthly expenses, your net cash flow is a whopping $660, and then times 12, your annual net cash flow is $7,900, almost 8 grand of annual net cash flow plus. So you net cash flow divided into into an initial cash invested of 11 grand equals cash on cash return of 72%, and a total ROI is almost 100%. This is mind-boggling. Okay, so you get the idea, right? So okay, I don't want to overspend. At the end of the day, this is just sample. This is not this property performance is not indicative of a typical VA foreclosure properties. However, there are many of these kind of deals available. I have access to these. I have the connections, and I have the system. The VA foreclosure is my expertise. So if you're motivated out there, you can find me, talk to me, do a consultation. If you qualify for this program, then pay your fee upfront, non-refundable by credit card. Then we will work together to get you numerous property government foreclosure properties in many locations with very high return, so forth and so on. Okay, thank you so much. This is Seewing Yee from the Yee Real Estate Network. Have a nice day. Goodbye.